guys, what's up? It's Olivia. Welcome to my 7K Q&A. I'm really excited. We have 7,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And so I put up a video asking you guys to ask me any questions that you had for me. I got a lot of great responses. I think I had about 25 comments in total when you look at both YouTube and my Instagram posts. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to follow me there. But yeah, I have some regarding Disney, then some random ones regarding grad school. So I'm just gonna start picking questions and answering them. The first question is from Suzanne, and she says, what is your favorite Disney park and Disney ride? And are you still working for Disney in any capacity? So I actually have a whole video about my Disney favorites, so I'll make sure to link it below. But favorite Disney parks are Epcot and Animal Kingdom. I love those to work in, I love those to go as a guest. I've been in Epcot mood for about a year now, like I really need to go. Favorite Disney ride is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and Soarin' Over the World. And I am not working for Disney in any capacity. They used to have something called Disney Campus Representatives, where after you did your college program, you could be a campus representative at your school. And so you'd basically go to like the, internship fair booths, or internship fairs, like set up a booth, activities fairs, those kinds of things, like work in the career center, and just tell people about the Disney college program. But I think like one season before I did it is when they stopped doing that. So yeah, not currently working for Disney. Tyler has a really good question. He says, what is a character that was not in your height range that you wish you could have hung out with? Ooh, definitely Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers are just amazing. They're way taller than me. But I think what's so awesome about them as well is like they get to do the March of the Order in Hollywood Studios. So every hour on the hour, they just walk down like the main street in Hollywood Studios, and it's not quite like a performance, but it is, but it's like choreography, but it's not. I just think that'd be a lot of fun. I also think Princess Anna would be a lot of fun to hang out with. She's just awkward and talks about chocolate and Sven and Kristoff, and I think it'd be really fun just getting to perform as her. We're gonna move away from the Disney questions for a minute. There are still a lot more that are really exciting. But Brandon says, what are your favorite music genres and who's your favorite artist? So my favorite genre is country music. 5 out of the 6 like pre-programmed stations in my car is country music. I went to a Luke Bryan concert a couple months ago. So yeah, definitely country, but my favorite artist is Ed Sheeran. I love Ed Sheeran. Like the song Barcelona, that's just like my weekend song. I'm going this Friday, you play that and get into the weekend. So Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, those are my favorite artists. Natalie asks, how did you first get into The Bachelor? Any other shows you'd be interested in doing reviews on? So I remember Trista and Ryan's season. So Trista was the Bachelorette. I will find whatever year it is and like put it right here. But I remember watching like the finale, like the final part with like the roses. So basically my parents used to watch the show, and I remember we could always watch like the first night, and then I don't remember how far we could watch, but we were not allowed to watch top 3 when they had the fantasy suites and all of that. At that point is when there was a lot more like kissing and all of that stuff. Now the Bachelors just like kiss on night 1, so like, but basically I've just always watched that show, and it's so intriguing now as like a psych major, like all the stuff that's going on with them. As far as doing reviews on any other shows, are there any other shows you guys want to see reviews on? I was thinking about doing it for Big Brother, but I'm not a fan of the Celebrity Big Brother this season. I've only watched 1 episode, but like I'm not really into it. But if there are any other shows that you guys want to see me do reviews on, I'd be happy to do that. So let me know in the comments below. Nikki asks, how is the graduate school application process going for you? Any acceptances yet? I have been accepted to graduate school, which is really exciting. I do like officially have an offer. I've also been invited to go see a couple schools for open houses, and then I actually just got back from flying out to a school and seeing them for open house. So I'm not gonna say anything yet. I kind of wanna keep this private while I'm still like deciding everything, but I will say I absolutely loved the school that I went to last week. Loved everything about it, could totally see myself there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I should know by the end of next week. Cassie asks, what are some of the strictest rules that Disney employees have to follow? So I'm kind of thinking about making a whole video on this, especially about like performers. So if you're interested in that, comment that below so I know if you want me to make that. One thing that I'd say is like kind of strict is Disney has theming. So basically, there's Main Street, there's Tomorrowland, Adventureland. And if you're stationed in like Main Street and you're wearing that outfit, you're not allowed to walk into the different lands that don't match that theme. So if you work in Tomorrowland, if you work at Space Mountain, and you have to take something over to Cosmic Rays, which is still in Tomorrowland, then you can walk out in the open. But let's say you needed to take something to Main Street for whatever reason, you would not be allowed to walk on stage in the park because that would mean you would get outside of your land. So yeah, basically to like combat that, you've probably heard before, Disney has the Utilidors, which is basically tunnels under Magic Kingdom, which is insane. There are maps everywhere. And that's how cast members get from backstage to their specific location without having to be seen and going out of theme. So that's something that's like kind of strict. And then the Disney look, you've probably heard of it before, but it's just appearance guidelines that all employees have to follow. So me and my friends never had any issues with it. But if you have tattoos, those have to be covered up. If you have piercings, you're only allowed to wear one lobe piercing. If you're a watch, it has to be a certain color band. So like my Fitbit that is like teal, this would not be allowed. I would have to get a white band or a black band for it. But really when you're working there, the Disney look is no big deal because you know, yeah, when I go to my job, I look a certain way, and then as soon as you clock out, you can look however you want to look. Julia asks, if you were to work anywhere within the Disney company again, what would your dream position be? My dream position would definitely be a casting director. I think that seems like the coolest, most fun job ever. During my training, there was one girl who was going to be trained for face. Also, let me just say this. At Disney World, you have character performers and then you also have people that are face trained. But not once at Disney World did I ever hear the term fur character. That is something that I have only ever heard on YouTube. Never once was that term said at the actual parks in the company. So it's character performer or you're face trained as a face character. So just wanted to put that out there that fur character is not a term that Disney uses. Anyway, there was a girl in training who was training with us as a performer because you have to be performer trained no matter what. And then she was later gonna get face trained. And so everyone was like, oh, you look like Princess Anna, you look like this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I think you look exactly like Rapunzel. Like I could totally see you like as Blondie. And who did she get trained as? Not all the other people that they thought she was gonna be trained as. She got trained as Rapunzel. So I feel like when I look at people, I can kind of tell which like princesses they match with. So I think that would be a really fun job. A similar question from Maya. She says, would you ever reapply to Disney World and work their non-college program? I would definitely consider doing professional internships at Disney. In the different graduate programs that I'm looking at, you do have summers off and you can do either like research, work on your dissertation, or you can also do internships. So if there was something at Disney related to that, then I would definitely consider that. Darian asks, what are your simple pleasures? Like top 3 things you do that make you happy or just things that make you happy? And how often did you feel lonely or homesick while you did the DCP? Okay, so 3 things that make me happy. The sunshine. I love when it's sunny outside. So I love walking in the sunshine, sitting in the sunshine, all of that. My poodle, my dog, is the other thing that just makes me so happy in life. She's laying back there right now. We'll see if she makes an appearance later. And then the third thing that really makes me happy is just watching YouTube videos. Not necessarily like getting in the dark hole of YouTube, but like on Sunday afternoons, Joe Sugg uploads, Thatcher Joe. On Wednesdays, Gabby Hanna uploads. So I like, you know, my certain people like upload, taking the time and watching their videos. And part 2, how often did you feel lonely or homesick while you did the DCP? Honestly, the first 6 weeks were really, really hard for me. They were really, really tough. Especially with my role, I didn't have a consistent location. I didn't have consistent coworkers. Because even if I was in the same location on Monday and Tuesday, well, everyone else who is a performer has completely different schedules as well, so I wasn't like necessarily with the same people. And then my off days were also not the same as my roommates at the beginning. Towards like November, December they were, so I got to hang out with them a lot more. But at the beginning, like I would be the only one who had like, you know, Thursdays off, and so I would just go to the parks by myself. So yeah, the first 6 weeks were really, really tough. There were several times where honestly like I wanted to quit or change apartments or do things like that. But then once I got the hang of it, once I got the hang of my job, got to know my roommates more, then it did get better. Amber asked, do you miss the Disney College program? And then Sarah, one of my roommates on my Instagram, asked what I missed most about the DCP, so I'm just gonna lump them together because it's basically the same question. I do miss the Disney College program. I miss working for Disney. What I miss most is being around all of the other cast members. Like, all the cast members are so hardworking, so kind, so welcoming, so friendly, have such a strong work ethic. They respect you. I miss all the hardworking people. I miss going to the parks. I miss that all of our jobs were to make other people happy and to spread joy and happiness, and all of our actions actually made a difference in people's lives. So yeah, that's what I miss about working for Disney. I'm gonna answer 2 more questions. The first one is from Carmen. She said, I noticed that you wear a little ring on your ring finger. Is that an engagement ring? No, this is not an engagement ring. This is my Sweet 16 ring from my grandma. I wear it on my left hand because I broke my right ring finger in PE class in high school. And so like touching this finger just like freaks me out. I don't wear any jewelry on it or anything like that. So yeah, I wear it on my left hand, but no, it's not an engagement ring. The last question is from Sarah, and she says, who are your favorite YouTubers to watch? So I really love Thatcher Joe, Gabby Hanna, and Simon Clark. Simon Clark just finished his PhD at the University of Exeter in atmospheric science or something, atmospheric physics. Maybe, I don't know, something super sciencey. But he does a lot of week in the life as a PhD vlogs. And as someone who's interested in graduate school, it's really great to watch that. I don't know, I think it's so much fun watching someone who's like fun but also super smart, and you know that they're like working so hard. So yeah, those are my favorite YouTubers. So that is the end of my Q&A. Thank you so much to everyone who asked questions, who has subscribed to me. If you asked a question and I didn't answer it, then comment it below and I will make sure to reply to you. I'm hoping in the next week and a half that I will officially know what I'm doing with my life as far as grad school and other things like that. So hopefully I can make a video about that soon. But in the meantime, if there is any other types of videos you want to see, comment it down below. I did go vegan like 2 months ago. Is that something anyone would be interested in seeing? Like my favorite vegan snacks, or like how that process went? If it is, let me know. Also, if you are interested in a video about rules that Disney employees have to follow, let me know and I will try to make something like that. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, make sure to hit the bell button to get notifications on when I upload videos. Also share it across different social media platforms so we can spread our reach and grow our little community as much as we possibly can. Thank you guys for subscribing. Have a wonderful day, remember to keep dreaming out loud, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!